The great thing about being young is that you have no responsibilities, you have no pressure to do anything particularly taxing, or you have no mortgage to pay, no relationships to keep up, whatever. It's cool, you can do whatever you feel like. And if you think back to the kind of things you do as a kid, you could spend the day playing football or playing games or, I don't know, building a fort out of cushions or whatever it is that kids do nowadays. You can do whatever you feel like and no one's going to question it. And you can look back, and even if it was something you did which was considered, stupid by general society, you could say, oh, it's cool, I was a kid, don't blame me. Blame the lack of development in my brain or whatever. And when you say kid, it's kind of subjective. I mean, people will describe whether or not they consider themselves a kid or not, depending on their own age. I'm 20 years old, and I consider myself to be a kid anything before like 15. Obviously there are some more mature like 14, 15-year-olds, whatever. But from my own personal perspective, I took a while to mature, and therefore I'm calling myself a kid anything below 15 pretty much. So when I was that sort of age, every kid gets up to mischievous things. They do stupid stuff, and it's incomparable to the sort of thing that people do when they're fully grown, which is considered stupid. Like, I don't know, you crash a car into an oil refinery, you stick a heroin needle in your eye, all that good stuff. It's nothing comparable. Like, we're talking petty, minor stuff here. But I was thinking about it the other day, and it just brings back memories, just kind of the funny stuff you do as a kid. And you may or may not regret it now, but it definitely seemed fun at the time. And I just wanted to know what you guys did as a kid which you consider to be... next time, bring beer! Just notice that sign. What you consider to be stupid. A couple of examples I've got are, one time, me and my 3 good friends from home, Ollie, Rob and Tom, if they're watching, that's your shout out. There, I said I'd do it, I finally did it, I remembered. Ollie and Rob are the 2 guys, Ollie and Tom, sorry, are the 2 guys you saw in the Reading Festival vlog. We once found a Furby, or rather I bought a Furby on eBay, which is a little furry toy thing. I'll put it on the screen now. We also found a traffic cone. So you fill the traffic cone with dry leaves, put the Furby in, set fire to it, and you are essentially left with just the eyeballs of the Furby and a huge melted mess of plastic. That was fun at the time. We were all crazy pyromaniac kids. Then there was another time where there was a skip near my friend's house, near Tom's house, and some guy had cleaned out their house. They were moving, so they chucked out all their old stuff, like old toasters and TVs and whatnot. And I see this TV in the skip. Now, normally, if you were adult, you were knowing what you were doing, you'd see the TV in the skip and assume that it doesn't work, otherwise it wouldn't be in the skip, right? That was a nice little spray. But as a kid, I thought, oh, maybe they just want to get rid of it and upgrade. I don't know, maybe it's still perfectly fine. My sister's birthday was coming up, and I decided, do you know what would be cool? If I got that TV and somehow fixed it myself and got it for her as a present, right? It was reasonable for like a... How old was my sister? Maybe 10 or so? It was reasonable. I thought, why not? And, I took it home on my back. It was really heavy. Took it back in a paper bag. And I was really tiny at the time, bear in mind. Took it back, tried to fix it, and what I essentially did was try to fix the wiring. So I cut off the wire from the TV. So it was basically just a plug in the wall attached to like a wire which is exposed, like frayed wires. And I thought, okay, just to see what happens, I'm going to connect these 2 wires. So you've got mains power in the wall, coming out, got the wires. And I don't know much about how electricity works, and I knew even less at the time, but I thought I'd try and connect these 2 wires. What essentially happened was I had a mains voltage spark, this, like a firework basically going off in my room. This huge spark, which could have potentially killed me. I was wearing no protective gear or whatever. Blew every fuse in the house, and then I learnt never ever to play with electrics again. That was a near-death experience. So let me know what experiences you've had in the comment section below. It'll be interesting to see. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.